Well, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. It was my goal to come to Vietnam to mainly just start vlogging, uh, which I've done, and to learn Vietnamese. Um, I'm still able to, but it's a lot more challenging. I'm not really able to meet anyone with good reason. Let's limit exposure to strangers. I guess you'd say. Social distancing. It's a little hard to study with a person when you're like 6 feet apart. Of course, there's still video chat, so I'm able to do that with people to help practice. I help them practice English, and they help me practice Vietnamese, which I get the short end of the bargain, I guess, because English teachers are scarce here and usually more expensive than a Vietnamese tutor. Anyways, regardless, I'm going to be spending most of my time probably in this apartment. I've got a month lease, um, and it's sounding like Vietnam is shutting down its borders to all foreigners. So we'll see how that works with my visa extension situation. And I don't know, we'll just have to see. I was saying all my flights were canceled, and then I looked at the app again, and I'll try to put a screenshot up here in a second. Um, it looks like there hasn't been any flights since early March with my flight. So I want to say it's just completely canceled. My flight hasn't been refunded yet or anything, just because things may change in the future. Uh, so again, um, so again, my flight hasn't been refunded or anything, just because it's in May and maybe there will be flights then. But yesterday when I was walking around, if you notice, I wasn't wearing a mask most of the time. Part of it is there's so much conflicting information about how useful a mask is. I mean, I've said on this channel that a surgical mask should help protect you against um, droplet-borne diseases. So if the virus can only travel through spit droplets, like from coughs or sneezes, then typically like a cloth mask or just a surgical mask should help. If the virus is airborne, where it's independent of any medium, then you would most likely need the N95, and you would need to wear it properly. You would you would need to make sure it's completely sealed all the way around, where no air comes in through there. In order to do that, you typically need special equipment. Typically need like this large hood that goes over your head, and some noxious mist. That way you can taste in your mouth and smell it when there's a leak in that mask. Anyways, I was walking around and a girl kindly handed me two masks, two little fabric masks. Um, Again, a lot of confusing information about masks. All right, if fabric's fine, then you should just be able to wear a bandana or something like that. Unfortunately, it's all conflicting information on it. Because I've heard only N95. I've heard, oh, you need N95 and you need goggles and you need earplugs. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, I don't have the pattern for this, but it's pretty basic. It's just two pieces of cloth with this pattern right here, with a stitch right here. Just sort of home brewed, you know. Here in Southeast Asia, I'm currently in Vietnam. It's just sort of like wearing a mask is just sort of polite right now. So I guess that's why they give this to me. We got a flesh colored one. I wasn't quite sure what it was at first, to be honest. Not that I'm not very familiar with with things. It's just looked odd to me. But let's try the blue one on. Okay, so I'll try to talk with this mask on, but the CDC is suggesting to wear masks if you are sick. Okay, so the idea is that if it'll help cover your cough or your sneeze and contain your sickness, basically. A little tight, but hey, it works. It does the job. Not much stretch here, but it should be fine. If it's airborne, obviously it's not fine. But if it's a droplet, this should provide some resistance to it, perhaps. Maybe not a lot, because I want to say surgical masks. I believe surgical masks do have like a plastic liner, or at least a liner that doesn't allow moisture to get through. I believe. I haven't ripped one apart, but it felt like it. Felt like it has some sort of liquid barrier there. Anyways, I'm going to be spending most of my time in this apartment, probably trying to learn how to cook. I've got plenty of water. I'm not too worried about that, but yeah, but I'll try to I'll practice language in the morning, try to vlog a little bit in the afternoon, and probably speak with people and practice language again in the evening. All right, sorry the battery cut out there. Anyways, I was just saying my plan is basically just to independently study language in the morning, try to vlog a little bit in the afternoon, and study again with people through video chat in the evening. Yeah, it's a bit rough. I'm not quite very well prepared for the situation here. You know, most people, if you have your own home or apartment, you've got sort of all the natural accoutrement is probably not the right word, but you know, you've got all your basic things that you sort of need. Your kitchen's usually pretty well fully equipped. Mine's sort of bare bones, but then again, in the past, all I said was I need water, and I've got plenty of it here actually. I should be really fine with that. All right, well, that's all I got. I'm really interested to see how everyone else is doing. So that's why I'm also keeping in contact with all my friends from back home. So, all right, everybody stay safe, be calm, and wash your hands. All right, bye-bye.